Hello, everyone. This is Deatri King-Bey. Those of you who follow me on Facebook know that I absolutely love Marie TV over on YouTube. She gives great advice on business and life. She's just got a really good spirit, and I just love watching her channel. So if you get time, make sure you watch her channel because it's more than about business. It's literally like about life lessons and businesses and all sort of good stuff. So check her out. Well, last week I was watching some of her videos, well, actually listening to them while I was working, and she did one on gratitude. Like a lot of people say at the end of the day, they say what they're all grateful to, what they're grateful for. Oh, I'm grateful for this, that, or the other. Wait a second, I need a drink of water. Throat's dry, sorry about that. But anyway, they say what they're grateful for. And she said a way people should really take that a step further. Instead of maybe listing so many things, list maybe one thing you're grateful for, and then 5 reasons you're actually grateful for that, whatever it is you name. Because we get in the habit, oh, I'm grateful I woke up in the morning. I'm grateful that I had something to eat. You know what I'm saying? And it becomes more of just saying it instead of really putting thought into what you are grateful for. I'm like, that's a really good idea. Now, I'll be honest, I don't think I'm going to do that every day. No, I know I'm not going to do that every day. But I thought I could do it every once in a while. And I probably won't video record it every day either. I mean, every time I do it. Most likely I'll just write it down. I have a little journal. So I'll probably just write it down. But for my very first one, I said, okay, Marie's all on YouTube, on her Marie TV. Here's DTV, huh? No, seriously though. I'm like, well, I think I'll go on a video record the first one. So for my first video, for my first, it's called Gratitude Journal Entry. I'm going to say what I'm grateful for, one thing, and I'll name maybe 5 things or so why I'm grateful for this thing. So I am grateful for my daddy. No, I mean, you think that's an easy one, but really think about this. Why am I grateful for my dad? And there are many, many, many reasons that I'm grateful for my dad, but I'll just give you a few. Those of you who know me know that I absolutely love computers. Love them, love them, love them. When I was a child, young, I'm not going to say how young or how many years ago, their personal computers, people did not have them in their homes. My dad always was ahead of technology. Always, always ahead of everything. So we actually had, y'all won't remember this, a VIC-20. That's like one of the very first computers people could have in their homes. It's a PC. And he saw that I liked, playing with the computer and all. And he used to get this magazine called PC Magazine. And he showed me, and I was just a little kid, the programs in it. And I started writing those programs that were in that magazine. My dad's a horrible teacher. Love him to death. Love you, Daddy. You are a terrible teacher. But somehow he had enough patience. He quelled his, little kid attitude, trying to get to little kids. You know how little kids are. He somehow calmed himself long enough to be able to help me get through these programs that I was programming. And I remember my little caterpillar one, you shoot the little things and the number, random number thing. I mean, just learning simple little programs. Like I said, I was young when I started this. Loved it. And then I went on to the Commodore 64, kept on programming. And eventually I went to college and got my bachelor's degree in computer science. And then I went to work. And right now, years later, I'm all grown up, I still love computers. Still love it. I'm a senior systems analysis and analyst, and I just love it. I've never had a fear of computers, so I thank my dad for that because we were never, being African American, there's this digital divide, and that was never part of my life. I was always ahead of that divide. I had more than what most kids did, and we weren't rich. We were teased because, my mom and dad, they had to buy our clothes from like Kmart and stuff like that. And as a kid, to tell you the truth, I've probably been like this my whole life. I really didn't care. You know what I'm saying? But you know how kids are mean and stuff like that? it didn't faze me any because you know what? I could go home. I had my computer. They didn't understand what I was doing. My parents spent the money on other things, which I am grateful for. So thank you very much. I'm very grateful for that because you sparked that love of computers in me at a young age and always kept us ahead. We never thought there was anything that we couldn't do because it just that was not even the way we think. It just there's nothing you can't do. Well, granted, I can't be a football player, but I could own a football team if I wanted. Get my point. So another thing is sense of family. My dad, he's the one. He's gonna visit every single person in the family. Oh, that's your family. That's your cousin. This is your aunt. Let's go visit so and so. Oh, so and so might not be well. Oh, he's doing great. He's not going to wait for you to be on your deathbed to come see you. My dad is going to hop in that truck. Hey, we always teasing cousins. Hey, and everybody. Hey, that's so and so. But I thank him for that because I'm a very introverted person and he's extroverted. And we had to get out there. He just dragged us along. And that's how we got to know our family and his friends. And I mean, we had a great childhood because we had all those relationships. I mean, I wish that my grandson, we lived closer to people for him to visit with. And, we had such a great time as, when we were kids. Because we were such a close-knit family, going to the cousins and stuff like that. So that was fun. Let's see, writing. Okay, let me tell you what my dad did and why I tie him into my writing. My dad has a scar on his back, and when we were kids, he'd be telling us, I'm like, Daddy, how you get that scar on your back? Well, let me tell you what happened. We come from Decatur, Illinois, which is central Illinois, and there's the Decatur Lake. Daddy used to be a lifeguard at this lake, right? And there was a shark in the lake. He had to jump in the lake to save people. They would have died had it not been for my dad, okay? He had to go in there and get everybody out, but he got nipped by the shark. See, that's what happened. That's the story he told me when I was a kid. I'm a kid thinking, Now, this is before Jaws, okay? I'm thinking, somebody ain't right about this story, right? But he said it in such a way that, even though logically, even as a little kid, I'm like, the sharks can't be in Decatur Lake. But he said, the way he sounded, it sounded so real. I mean, we just loved his stories. So I'm a storyteller, as you know. I think my dad had a lot to do with it because he would tell some real whoppers. And, we know he's joking, but it just sounds so real that you just gotta love it, right? Another thing I credit him for is, like I was just saying a little bit ago with the computer thing, we don't have limits. He never taught us limits. I don't understand that concept of I can't do whatever. It just did not, it wasn't ever explained. It wasn't, it may be harder for us because, I'm a black woman. So what? Things are going to be harder. But no one can stop me but me. They can put obstacles in my way, but I can get over them. I can get around them. I can get under them. I can get through them. And my dad taught us that because he did that. He wasn't literally trying to teach us that. He just taught us that by not letting us have any obstacles. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say, oh, you can't do this because this is going to be harder for you. It's like, this is going to be harder for you, so you need to do this way. You know what I'm saying? If you stop yourself, that's you. Don't go blaming somebody else because, it's going to be harder, so I'm not going to try. No. If it's going to be harder, well, then you just need to work harder, don't you? Or you need to figure out another way. You need to use that little brain of yours and figure out a way to get around, to get what you need to get. So, I like that. He kind of taught us no limits, even though, like I said, he didn't literally go out to seek us to teach us, there are no limits, nothing stopping you. It's just the way, it's hard to explain. It's just there. And let's see, number 5, because you're supposed to name 5 things. Okay, now this is one that a lot of people may not grasp, but that's okay. He taught us that parents don't have to be perfect. My dad's not perfect. My mom's not perfect. I'm not perfect. A lot of people think, oh, my childhood was so horrible. Yeah, your childhood might have been horrible. I had some really bad things happen in my childhood too, but my parents did the best they could. There was a lot more good than was bad. My kids. I mean, I wish I were perfect. I really do wish I were perfect, but I wasn't a perfect parent. I'm still not a perfect parent. I'm not a perfect grandparent, but I do the best I can for my children. And my dad and mom, they always did the best they could. My dad, I learned that, even though he wasn't a perfect parent, he was the perfect parent for me, what worked for me. So I'm very grateful for all my life lessons that I got from him over the years. So, yeah, that's about covers it. That's about covers it. So that's just 5 little things that I'm grateful for my dad. This coming week is his happy birthday. Happy birthday, Daddy. So that's also why I decided to go and do him as my first entry into my grateful journal. So I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful to God for giving me to you as your child. Like I said, nobody's perfect. It's okay. Thank you for helping me not do limits and all that sort of stuff. You have a great day and happy birthday.